The great Booker T. Washington made a profound statement about success. What he said was that success was not to be measured so much by what we have accomplished, but rather by the obstacles that we have overcome. So in other words, success is great. We all strive to achieve great things in our lives. The true gem in success is how we have overcome those obstacles, how we've overcome those life setbacks to make shift happen in your life. Yes, shift happens. But let's talk about that word shift for a moment. Shift means to move something from one place to another, a change in direction, position, and tendency. I have a story to tell you. It's about this woman I know. She's dear to my heart. She was on top of the world, had an amazing private practice. She finished her schooling. She got married. Exciting times for her. And then life happened. A setback. Her marriage became abusive emotionally. In that marriage, she contracted HIV. Years later, she then fell sick with cancer. Can you imagine the state of mind this sister was in? She even entertained the thought of suicide. On top of that, she struggled for many years because she used to stutter. And she didn't believe that she would be able to speak in front of people because of how she spoke. In fact, she used to be teased. This sister is amazing. In fact, I know her very well. That woman is me. Never in a million years would I believe that I would stand before you, this audience, and those watching, speaking to you and telling you my story. And I want to talk to you about how I made shift happen in my life. So let me tell you what I had to do, because I just knew for myself that I was going to live and not die. So I got into my personal boxing ring. And I put on these boxing gloves, y'all. Can y'all see them? I put on these boxing gloves. And that voice of Sarah Jake Roberts says, I refuse to lose. So I was getting ready. I said, it's on, it's game on now. It was me versus me. I knew I was in the battle for my life because of how I saw myself. My mindset. Your mindset is everything. That's where it started. So I knew that shift had to happen. So I first started with the silencing those conversations in my mind. You know those conversations that you have with yourself. I'm not good enough. You know those mental gymnastics. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too big. I'm too small. I'm not smart enough. I don't have them degrees. I didn't finish high school. All of those things supports those insecurities that come to bully us. So I had to stop with those thoughts. I quit the varsity team with those mental gymnastics. And I said, wait a minute. Let me ask myself some hard truths. What are you believing about you? What are you telling yourself about yourself? Are those conversations you're having with yourself empowering? Are they affirming? Are you really judgmental, critical? See, the conversations you entertain the most are the most impactful and influential. So be mindful of those conversations that you're having often, because they will come to bully you for attention. So stay in position like Bruce Lee. Ha! So then, I said, okay, I'm working on silencing those conversations in my head, but now I had to eliminate the unnecessary. You know, those distractions that come from left to, all over the place. You don't expect them. So I'm silencing the voices in my head. I'm eliminating the unnecessary, but I realized in order to manage or to eliminate those distractions, I needed better boundaries. Who did I need to remove or put into a different place in my life, right? But also looking at my own behaviors, creating boundaries for myself. So next I realized I need to be unapologetically me. Give myself unapologetic self-care, mind, body, and spirit. And that's just what I did, y'all. So I said, you know what? I'm going to get some help. I went into therapy. There's nothing wrong with therapy. I realized there are a lot of women out here like me who are educated, who've achieved great things, but because of stigma and how society sees you, you're afraid to ask help. We give good advice to everybody else. We tell you what you need to do and what you should say and all that stuff, but we don't take our own advice. So I went to therapy, y'all, and I realized I gotta give myself some grace. We can be our own worst critic. And when we start being really critical of ourselves, guess what we just did? We rejoined the team of mental gymnastics. We go back into that overthinking, right? Being hard on how we look, how we showing up. So I decided I'm gonna show up for me. I'm gonna be all of me, and if you didn't like it, that was okay, because I wasn't doing it for you, but it was all for me. So at this time, I said, you know what? Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Dr. Tashina Reeder. I am your elevation wellness coach. I decided I would never wanted to see another woman suffer. So I decided to open up an academy called Manifesting Her. Because as you can see, I've manifested. And I tell my story to say, listen, you don't have to suffer alone. That there is life after life setbacks. In fact, the bounce back is powerful. And so if you are ready and prepared, like I know you are, to make shift happen, I am ready and prepared to welcome you into my academy of movers and shakers who are making shift happen in their lives. I am in the business of making that happen by helping women redefine their identity after life setbacks, build their confidence, overcome obstacles to gain clarity so that they can create the life they desire to live in harmony with themselves. And if you want to get in contact with me, you can reach me at info@drtashinareeder.com. I'm on all social media platforms at Dr. Tashina Reeder. Thank you, and I'm gonna leave you with these words by Marianne Williamson. She says, our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate, it's that we are more powerful beyond measure. Y'all, it is time to shift. Thank you very much.